If you feel like your friends aren't really good people, you can change them. You don't have to, beg for them or, like stay with them. You can just change them. You can have better friends anyway. Like friends isn't something that's so difficult to get attained or something. So
being religious in high school, how much of a challenge was that for you, if you even tried? If you even tried,
I mean, honestly, with our, school, we were lucky with a religious school because
Jasmine.
Yeah. What do you mean, Jasmine? No, me and you.
Huda?
Yeah, Huda.
Religious? Okay.
Yeah, we had Friday prayers.
Yeah, actually,
every break we'd do we'd go to the mosque. Other schools wouldn't provide this at all. Like they wouldn't even provide a mosque.
But even besides that, though, the school itself holds up the religion. But the thing is that there are kids that don't exactly follow that. So if you happen to follow that, you're kind of isolated and bullied in a sense.
That's very true. I agree.
So that happens.
Yeah. So what do you do in those situations? I mean, it's one thing to have a school which pushes and uplifts your religious identity, and then you have your peers who are your age group, and they're into rap, they're into hip hop, they're into Tupac and Shokaman.
Big Smoke.
What you call this little baby? Who's he? This is a small baby.
I don't get reference.
So yeah, it's like one thing to have your peer who are all into this kind of pop culture, non-Muslim pop culture, and then you have a bunch of 40-year-olds who are amazing people. I respect and love them because our parents' age group. Allah barik fihum. They don't exactly get the kind of peer pressure that you're going through, but they also want to push the Islamic identity. So like, how do you not bend to peer pressure? Is what I'm saying.
Honestly, I had to learn this the hard way. In grade 11, I had a few friends, and they tell me, "Bro, come on, the prayer still has some time, so let's just go play." And whenever it starts, we'll just go quickly pray and go out. And I had this pressure that I needed to be with them, or else they'd leave me alone, and I'd be lonely.
Yeah.
So I did listen to them, and skip most of the prayer, and then at the end they just go pray really quick and no khushu', no nothing.
They left you alone until today. They didn't come back because you're still lonely. I'm joking. That's not going on here.
So then after that, I just kept I thought to myself, I don't really need. I wouldn't die if I didn't listen to them once. So
yeah. But it's not only about
when the prayer started, I just went to the mosque and I didn't listen to anyone who said don't go. I went by myself and I prayed.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, it's one thing to not listen to your friends when they tell you not to do something halal or permissible, but it's another thing to not listen to your friends when they're pulling you towards something that is tempting and impermissible. It's like they're pulling you and shaitan's pushing you, so how do you deal with that? Especially when it comes to smoking and shisha is like the ultimate cool thing, which is
I have the solution.
What's the solution?
Change your friends.
Huh?
Change your friends.
Change your friends.
Yeah, the thing is that, for example, you could have friends which they themselves would not exactly be that strict of Muslims. They wouldn't go pray every time on time.
Yeah.
But when you say that you want to do that, they don't stop you from it.
Yes.
They support you into something that you believe in.
Yeah.
And if your friends aren't doing that, you have wrong friends.
That's
okay,
true.
So your friends, yeah.
I want to give advice to everyone who's watching this. Advice I need.
Yeah, 40-year-old dad going.
You want me to tickle that? Tickle the beard. Come here.
So one thing I've learned is that you shouldn't, how do I say this? Look up friends is something that's big, If you feel like your friends aren't really good people, you can change them. You don't have to beg for them or stay with them. You can just change them. You can have better friends anyway. Friends isn't something that's so difficult to get attained or something. So if you feel like these people, even if they like you, if you feel like they're bad people who smoke every time, tell you to come smoke with us, you should leave them.
And that's one thing. Talking about smoking, I have friends who smoke. They're very good friends. The thing is that I like spending time with them, and they don't encourage me to smoke because they know it's a bad thing, and they themselves would want to quit, but it's difficult. It's not.
But I don't understand. Really, friends who say I can't quit. Yeah, and how long has it been since you started smoking? 2 years?
10.
2 years. There've been people who've been doing
5,
it for
6. No.
Yeah, okay. Let's say 5. Let's give it less 10 years. Okay, he started smoking since he was 11. There are people who've been smoking 40, 50 years and they quit.
It is possible. It's not easy. That's
of course, no one said it's easy.
No, nothing is harder than staying in the same place for how long? 11, 10 years smoking.
Okay.
You need to change something.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that I have very good friends who do smoke themselves, but they don't encourage me per se to come to be of their company
these are good
while
friends.
they're doing that.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that that's what you should be, searching for in friends. Not exactly that they do smoke or not. The fact that how they see, smoking themselves, for example. They could be smoking, but they, try to prohibit you from doing that.
But then I find it very hypocritical, to be honest. Like, I find it like as if they're, as if they're trying to pat me on the head. Don't do that, my child. Don't do that. What do you mean? Like, bro, you totally shouldn't smoke, bro. You shouldn't smoke. I don't advise you to smoke, bro. But anyways, you said that just change your friends.
Yeah,
there are two things that it's not that easy, and I want to highlight the main two difficulties that comes with changing friends. Number one, people have social needs, different social needs. You might not have as much social need as I do. Like the feeling, the willingness to be accepted by the people around me. I think in my case, it controls more of what I do than in your case, because I don't think you need validation from others. Whereas my personality trait, and this is a weakness actually, is that at many times I need validation from other people.
Yeah.
So how does a person who needs validation from others remedy himself so that he can finally leave that bad friend group?
I have the perfect answer for that.
What is that?
You go to a therapist.
You mean actually,
You go to a
you mean actually pay? Good luck convincing an Arab dad. Good luck convincing an Arab dad. Like, Baba, I want to go to therapist.
Oh, you crazy?
Did you read your Quran this morning? No, Baba. So you want therapy?
They remind you that there is a roof over your head. There is a roof over your head. There is food. Why you need therapist?
Why you need therapist?
So you want therapy from human, but you don't want therapy from Allah? Kafir!
Yeah, true, but
I'm kidding.
on a serious note, though, like the fact that you would want validation from every single person around you, as you mentioned, that's not something that is sustainable
Healthy.
or good for your health. Yeah. So you should try to battle that and move forward from that place. And one thing that can help is a therapist.
So when you say how to do that, do you think that there's no way I can do that for free? Because I like not paying.
No, absolutely, you can do that. Absolutely, if you follow like the same steps of trying to grow out of that.
How?
Not exactly as easy as saying it, but getting a therapist would help you go through that journey. You can do that alone, of course.
Yeah, how do you do it alone? That's my question.
I think you need to set that as a plan. On how
Yeah,
to do
of
that.
course. So if you have a vision, the way that I think about you can do that is, first of all, you have to redefine your values in life. If your value is based on getting accepted by other people who you don't even respect, then that's the problem. So you start from yourself, you redefine your values and identity. And then that's not easy, of course. That takes time, years sometimes.
Yeah.
But once you have done that, then you can
Ease yourself out of that friend group.
Exactly. So that's one thing. Yeah.
But seriously, you should sit with yourself at some point, say every month, every year at least. You should just sit with yourself, define your values, define your goals, and see friends that will help you reach there.
Define what you're living for.
Yes. So because if you're just gonna live randomly and go with random people just for the sake of fun, then you'll realize you're at the age of 40 at some point and you have done nothing of what you want to do in this life, and you've wasted basically 40 years of your life just randomly going everywhere.
Doing medicine, I know, right?
That I feel like was a good person. Oh, by the way, you don't know.
Medical students, am I right?
Okay, yeah.
Allow me to air this, please. A joke to all medical students.
If you didn't say this is a joke either, we killed by now.
Yeah. Anyway, one more thing that I think that we should answer is when we say that people should change their friend group, that doesn't necessarily mean ending this friendship.
Yes.
You probably should still keep those people around because connections, they always can help. What you're saying is that maybe perhaps you should weaken your connections to
separate yourself slightly more.
Slightly, exactly. But you do not remove. In my case, I would not like to remove any single person from my life because at some point
you might need them.
Yeah.
I have a motto in life which is related to what you just said, that friendships only last as long as they're relevant.
Exactly.
I think that if you slowly try to decrease the amount of time you spend with those people who are having a bad influence on your life, the friendship will naturally die out. You don't even have to try. It will die completely.
Exactly.
Like one text maybe in a month on Instagram. Hey bro, how's life? Without the hand thing, you know.
Yeah, and then
Bad boy.
we were talking about changing friends. You don't really need to try to cut that friendship, like.
Don't have to end it completely.
Yeah, because sometimes people think that they have to give the friend the talk that it's enough. I don't want to see you ever again in my life. You don't have to do that because people come in handy. You need connections.
Opportunistic, I see.
You need like the
network.
Exactly. So you shouldn't try to cut everything off.
But would you wanna network or maintain a relationship with a person? Like, okay, if a person has a bad character that's influencing you badly, would you want to do business with that person? If he's making you a dishonest individual, would you want to do business? Or
if I get money.
No, but the problem is money would come with a string. These people who have a bad impact on your life, always the string.
No. Here's the thing. So there's the friendship connection. Then there's the connection which is professional, which is business, right? When I'm doing when I'm interacting with someone doing business, there's no friendship in that.
I agree with you 100%.
There's no bias in that. So if there's like as you said, like I forgot. You said like sometimes if doing business with dishonest people.
Yeah. There's a string involved.
Yeah, you would see that because there is no emotion. It's just all logic. It's business, right?
But I think
you would acknowledge that.
Based on my experience doing business with friends, to some degree, there's always that that sort of friendship that creeps up. And the thing is,
you try to push it away in business. It's hard. It's not easy.
But imagine you go into an investment project with a person who has this kind of who has this kind of friendship, professional relationship that keeps resurfacing. You know, whenever he needs something from you, it's a friendship. Whenever you need something from him, it's a business relationship. You get me?
That's bad.
It's very bad.
What I'm saying is that sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have no other choice. Sometimes that's your only choice. And it's good to have that choice.
That have no choice.
Yeah.
You can use it at least as a springboard. You go there, you recuperate, and then you spring up, and then you get something else, right?
Yeah, of course you would not want to stay there, but that's sometimes your last resort, and you wouldn't want to just not have the last resort.
So I guess I'll restart the cameras and make some more tea because
we went on a tangent, yeah.
No, we didn't go on a tangent. I think we stayed on track, fairly on track. No need to make a new recording. Just it's harder to sync, many stuff at one time. Pour all your teas. Whose?
This is mine.
Wash them all. Yeah.
Mine's the middle one.
Wash them all.
Why are you lying?
Because my back hurts.